Hey guys, so for today's video I wanted to do a different type of video. I've never done one of these before, but I thought it'd be really fun to start doing book reviews. I am a reading nerd, a reading junkie. I love books. I've always loved books, and for like the last 5 months I haven't read anything. I just stopped reading for a little bit, and I don't know why. I kind of went into a rut, but I decided to start reading again, and oh my gosh, I've missed it so much. I read this book that I'm going to talk about probably in like 4 days. I just finished it like 2 days ago, and I'm already planning on going to the library to get a different book because I absolutely love it. And this is called The Husband's Secret by Liane Moriarty. I'm going to put her name right here because I don't really know how to pronounce it. But anyway, it's called The Husband's Secret. And that is the author, and it's just a really great book. And as I said, I get my books from the library just because after I read a book once, I usually don't reread unless it's the Harry Potter series, because that is like my favorite series of all time, and I could probably read that like 10 times. So I've already read that whole series probably like 5 times, so I will keep reading that one over and over because that is my favorite series of all time. But this is a really good book. I'm just going to read the inside cover for you. I don't want to give anything like spoilers or anything away. I just want to read the inside cover for you and just kind of tell you my thoughts of it and tell you what I thought, and hopefully that will be helpful if you guys want to check it out. The inside little cover thing says, "Imagine that your husband wrote you a letter to be opened after his death. Imagine too that this letter contains his deepest, darkest secret, something with the potential to destroy not just the life you built together, but the lives of others as well. Imagine that then you stumble across the letter while your husband is still very much alive. Cecilia Fitzpatrick has achieved it all. She is an incredibly successful businesswoman, a pillar of her small company, and a devoted wife and mother. Her life is an ordinary, spotless order, but the letter is about to change everything, and not just for her. Rachel and Tess barely know Cecilia or each other, but they too are about to feel the earth-shattering repercussions of The Husband's Secret." Acclaimed author Liane Moriarty, I don't know how to pronounce her name, sorry, has written a gripping, thought-provoking novel about how well it is possible to really know our spouses and to ultimately know ourselves. So I just thought that this was an amazing book, and as I said, I absolutely loved it. I'm just going to kind of tell you a little bit. So obviously it's about, you know, the main character. Her husband writes this letter when he's a lot younger, and he ends up like misplacing the letter, and he'd forgotten where he'd put it, and he wrote, you know, one of his like deepest, darkest secrets in that letter. And she's just kind of looking around the attic one day, and she stumbles and finds it. And it says, you know, "To Cecilia Fitzpatrick," that's her name, and it's to be opened, and it says, "Open in the case of my death, to be opened only in the case of my death." And so she's only supposed to open it if he dies. But obviously she ends up reading it, and it's just a crazy, crazy book. It kept me really, really in tuned with it the whole time. Like, I didn't get bored of it at all. Like, you know how some books you're reading and you'll put the book down and then you'll just like not pick it up for a while, like a few days later, because it's just not that like gripping. But this book really got me, and I really liked it a lot. I thought it was great. It does have a little bit of swearing in it, and it does have a little bit of sexual, you know, things in it. So if you're super young, I probably wouldn't read it, but I thought it was absolutely amazing, and I really liked it. So, you know, you might like it. It does have, you know, a few adult, you know, type content in it, so it's probably not meant for, you know, younger children, but anybody under the age of like 18 probably. But, well, maybe if you're 17 you could read it, but I wouldn't read it if you're a super young teen. But I thought it was a really great, yeah, I think that she's a really good author. I haven't ever read anything else by this author, so I thought I'd just share, and hopefully you guys can go pick it up and read it and tell me what you think, because I really like it. Or if you have read it, tell me what you think about it. Again, it's called The Husband's Secret. I really, really loved it. I thought it was a very, very good book, and it really like captures you, and it really like, you want to know more. And it has 3 different stories going on, so excuse me. So you read the first chapter, and that's about Cecilia and like her family, and then the second chapter goes into like a completely different family, and the third chapter goes into a completely different family, and then they just kind of like tell those family stories. And so it's not talking about like one person the whole entire time. It's like telling 3 separate stories in the book. Like it will kind of go back and forth from family to family, these 3 families that it's talking about, which I really love. So I thought it was really fun because you can kind of hear different variations of different families, except for when like something crazy is going to happen with one family and then it goes into a different one. You're like, no, wait, go back. I just want to know what happens. But it was so good. I thought that this author did an amazing job, and I recommend her. I think that she was really, really good. I'd really like to check out some of her other books. It says that she has written a few other books, so might have to check her out. But anyway, I just wanted to do that book review, and hopefully you guys can check it out and you like it. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.